So I'm on my way to deliver a presentation to students at CMU, and I'm going to take you along with me. And my objective is to record this presentation and share it with you, and hopefully you'll find some value in it or get some value from it. And it's applicable whether you're a student or not, because these are university students. So of course, whatever it is I'm suggesting to them can actually work for adults as well. However, it's gonna be geared to students who will be able to continue to balance their academics or academia with earning without compromising academia. So enjoy. I hope it goes well. I have no idea what's going to happen, but I'm just going to make sure I leave them with a message that's profound, that's impactful, and that has the potential to change lives. Oh, it's already here. The presentation is already on the screen. Whoops! Thank you. That would have made a good bleeper though, right? How are you guys doing? That don't sound like you're doing well at all. Lunch come yet? No. That's why. So I forgive you. Let me ask again though, and see if you can find some of that dinner energy from last night to bring it out. How are you guys doing? Dinner sounds so great. Come one more time. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Much, much better. Love the energy. I can say that now and mean it, right? Yeah. Excellent. All right. So, like Aliyah said, well, let me first say that it's an honor to call her niece. For her, she's my EA, my executive assistant. So she's not joking when she say we work together. She's my right hand, my left hand, my back hand, and my front hand. And believe me, she's doing this while still being a successful student here. So let's give her a round of applause. And not because she's my niece, it doesn't mean she delivers anything less than I would have gotten if I were to go out there and find somebody who is well experienced as an EA. So I say that to say, whatever you put your mind to, with or without experience, you will and definitely can achieve your greatest potential. All right? So today I want to talk to you about something that I'm very passionate about, especially coming from the 9 to 5 world. So 20 odd years working in corporate. My last job was, who in here knows Southdale Global Services? So my last job was I launched Southdale Global Services in Jamaica. It didn't exist. Opened the company, launched it, opened all the sites, spent 7 years growing it to 6,000 employees, and I decided to retire because before Southdale, I was with Xerox working for 15 years, traveling all over the world, and I have had enough. So at 42 years old, I decided no more corporate. I'm going to do what I want, when I want, how I want. And I say that to say, most of you leaving here, you are going to enter a 9 to 5 environment, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. A 9 to 5 will teach you critical skills that you're going to need to excel in where? Your business. Make sure you execute flawlessly in your 9 to 5. But what's important is that you use it from day one as a launching pad to you achieving your personal success. I realize that a lot of people give their 9 to 5 jobs 150%. And when it comes to their little thing on the side, they slack off. They do it when they feel like, and they do it when they want to. And because of that, you don't achieve success, and you keep going back to your boss. Going with a mindset that I'm going to excel, and I'm going to blow their minds with my 9 to 5 job while I'm learning the critical skills that's needed for me to excel and achieve my greatest aspirations. Use the money you're making, use the skills to launch yourself into, guess what? Your business. Your thing, and make your money, because there's nothing more powerful in this world than the freedom that you get when you're your own business or your own boss. Agreed? All right, so let's jump into it. So I want to talk to you about hustles, Because even when I was working my 9-to-5 job, I'm from Montego Bay, and when I was a vice president in a Fortune 500 company at age 25. So basically, I'm at the top of my career. This is a US company, yet still, I drove back then a big SUV, and this is many, many moons ago, probably many moons ago. I'm going to be 50 next year, and this is when I was 20, in my early 20s. So I drove this big SUV, and you know why I drove that big SUV? Because I was a hustler. I was traveling a lot for work, back and forth, and I would buy clothing. Anybody remember those Old Navy flip-flops? Are you too young to remember them? When they used to sell them 3 for $1,000? So I would buy clothing, shoes, and you know what I would do? I would pile them up in my trunk. Now, keep in mind, I was making a US 6-figure salary at that age, so I didn't have to do this. But remember what I say about the launching pad to where you're going to go? I load up my trunk, and after work, I would go out by the gate with the other vendors and open my trunk, and I sold shoes and whatever else. I would drive through communities on the weekend with my uncle, and I hustled until that money turned into a formal business where I opened a harbor dashery, and then it turned into a taxi company. By the time I was probably 10 years in to all these hustles, I had about 6 or 7 streams of income that was paying me more than that 6-figure US dollar salary. So I don't want to hear, oh, I'm too busy. No, I was managing 1,800 employees in Africa, Mexico, Santo Domingo, Jamaica. I have a son. I got pregnant with my son while I was in college. So he was very young at the time. And I would leave him every Monday morning, fly to JFK, drive up, work in New York or work somewhere else and come back on a Friday. And I still had all these side hustles doing that. So the first thing we're going to do is to remove excuses. And I want you to have that in the back of your mind as we proceed. Now, understanding the side hustle landscapes. Now, the thing is, most of us are trained to be successful in school and work a 9-to-5 job until we retire. And when we retire at 65, we're supposed to retire with enough money to take care of our lifestyle. But you know what the problem is? It's almost impossible for you to trade time for money and achieve wealth. Why? Because you only have 24 hours in a day. And if you even figure out magically how to make $1,000 a day, it's still $24,000. So the key is to figure out ways to get your time to be yours while you're still making money. And that's called passive income. So what I'm about to show you are active sources of income and passive sources of income, but primarily for students. And I'm going to tell you what people like yourself and others are making using these streams of income. Now, Ali, I'm going to tell a little bit of her business because although she works full-time with me, she also has several other side hustles. She creates websites and sells them to people. She creates e-commerce platforms for people, so they hire her to do this service. She does, oh my God, books. She creates books. She posts them on Amazon for people, journals, and all that good stuff. And I'm sure she's making more than I'm paying her, but thank God for family and loyalty. Let's move on. So we talked about the traditional versus the non-traditional, so let's jump right into the hustles. So the first hustle that I would highly recommend that you consider as a student, and the only reason why I'm recommending this is because you should never allow your side business or hustles to get in the way of academia. You still need to get good grades. It's not an option. So it's all about balance. So what I'm about to show you works because you'll still be able to be in school, do well, and do it on the side. We talk about school being probably, you would get here about 8 o'clock in the mornings? About 8 o'clock? 9? And you leave about 5? 4 or 5, right? So traditionally we talk about 9 to 5 for school. But what are you doing with your 5 to 9? Don't tell me it's on social media. No, you don't sleep starts 9 o'clock, not 5 to 9. Okay? And if you're sleeping before 9 o'clock, we need to have a conversation. I'm going to ask you to refocus your 5 to 9 effective immediately. And I know you're going to have chores. You need to be obedient to your parents. However, if you can say to mommy and daddy, you know what I'm doing is making a few extra dollars. Mommy, pay the light bill with this. You think they're going to disrupt you to do chores? No. So you have to show your parents that you are able to contribute value and to contribute tangibly to what they're doing, and they'll free you up from taking out the garbage, because you were not born to take out garbage. Come on. Now, e-commerce, thank you, this is much better. Yeah. So the first one is an online e-commerce business. Anybody familiar with that concept? I've heard it. Okay, anybody want to take a stab at it? I have $50 US. Ali, just make a note of, somebody make a note of who wins, so at the end I'll give you your $50. I'll take 2 volunteers, and you're going to choose the most concise and specific explanation. Any volunteers? E-commerce or online selling. Explain. And remember, we don't have to be perfect. All right?
Good afternoon, everyone. The word is, I just said e-commerce. If we break it down to the E, stands for electronic, commerce, selling. Put it together, we have electronic selling. So it's a web-based electronic ability to sell across the globe. So if you have a product, not just physical products, services, could be. So we use websites, the internet, to get the product and the service across the globe, which I think is a lucrative ability, because it opens you across the globe. The US market, Australian market, not just Jamaica. That's my
Very well said. Excellent. Let's give him a hand for that. And you know what I liked? I liked how he said the E mean electronic, and the cup couldn't have said it better. Excellent work. So he deserves his $50, right? Okay, excellent. So let me give you some practical example. Amazon. Amazon has 2 models. One is called a FBA, which means that you buy your product from places like China, whether it's Alibaba and those other platforms that sell the product cheaper. So let's say this microphone. You buy it from an Alibaba for $5, and then you sign up on Amazon for their FBA program, and then you ship the microphones to Amazon, and whenever someone, wherever they are in the world, orders the microphone, Amazon ships it to them. You buy it for $10. You're selling it on Amazon for $40. Amazon takes out their portion, which is a pretty chunk, but they do all the work. So basically, you'll be making money while you're sleeping, because people are going on Amazon, and Amazon is shipping out the product to them, and you make the difference between what you pay for it, which is the $10. Of course, Amazon cost is about $10. So if you sell it for $30 or $40, you'll make $20 to $30 or $10 to $20 as your profit. That in a nutshell is e-commerce. But Amazon is not the only platform that you can do it on. You can also create your own website, which if you go on OdettaRocketCar.com, which by the way was designed, developed, and created by Aliyah, you'll be able to buy several products on my website, and they're all different kind of products, and they're shipped to you, and we keep the profit. So you can be in class. Let me tell you what the best thing is. When you're here, you know that money sound ching on your phone? And when you look, you see a $10 coming. Isn't that a nice feeling? Isn't that something you'd want to experience? It's possible. The other way is if you don't want Amazon to ship the product for you, and let's say you're in Jamaica here and you're good at crafting, or you're good at something else, and you put it up on your personal website, which by the way you can create for as little as these days $2 a month, and get a complete hosting plan for a business website that you can use to sell online. And these are all the things I share on my YouTube channel. And I show you how to do it as well. But let's say you create that website, you put up the product, when the order comes in, you then ship it out yourself. Now, what's your name, youngster? That responded earlier. Wahid made a good point. E-commerce gives you access to a global market. If you're selling this microphone downtown in a shop, the possibilities of somebody in Ghana being able to buy it is limited, which means your earnings are limited, right? Which is why e-commerce is recommended. Now, affiliate marketing is a spin-off from e-commerce, and this one you can start with zero capital. E-commerce, if you're starting it, you may have to look at what I'm going to describe as drop shipping, where you can also start with very little capital. But here's what affiliate marketing is. But before, any volunteers? Tell me what affiliate marketing is. $50 is still on the palm to issue. We have a volunteer here.
So I'm just guessing because I normally see persons on TikTok where they say that they're Shein affiliates. So is it where they send the products to you, you advertise it for them, and then they send you a bonus whenever a person is buying?
So she made a good point, but that is called sponsorship. So sponsorship is when they send the product to you, you talk about it, and they pay you a $500 US or a $1,200 US. But we still need affiliate marketing. We have the wisdom over there. Who is he buying lunch today?
So I'm not 100% sure, but as you said,
you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I would say this is where you might have a site where you could take the link from Amazon or wherever. Let's say you are a content creator or whosoever, you're a personality. You might have the link to that product. Someone sees that product, click on that link, that affiliate link. You're not selling it yourself, you're just an affiliate of the company. You're just tied to the company, not directly, but indirectly. So when that person clicks on your link, buys a product from the store, you get a cut or a percentage of that transaction.
You are correct. Well done. So that's $100. Come on, guys. Can't make him win all the money. It's $100 US. Now, he's correct. So affiliate marketing, and why you can start with $0 is you can sign up. Just go onto Amazon when you leave here. Type in affiliate marketing. You don't need to have any social media following to start. All they require is that within the first 90 days you sell one product. Now, Amazon has a wide array of products. When you sign up, you'll be able to create your own Amazon store. Now, you don't have to show your face to do this if you're shy either. Just come up with a brand name, and you can go into ChatGPT and say, give me a good brand name for my store that sells blah, 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 and you create a storefront. All of this is free on Amazon. And then because you have done that, you can literally go on Amazon, and I use my phone to get my affiliate links, and click the share. When you find the product on Amazon that you want to share, you're going to get a link. And if you send this link, let's say you hear mommy say, boy, I want one new garbage pan for the kitchen, you send her a link. Mommy, buy the garbage pan using your link, you get the affiliate commission, which ranges anywhere from 5 to as much as 10% for Amazon. So if you recommend a laptop that's $1,500 because it's on the high value side, you just made $150 only because somebody clicked your link and buy the laptop. Again, you're making money while you sleep. You're making money while you're in class. You with me? Now, I'll confess that you're going to need to be sharing these links, whether on social media, using Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, it doesn't matter, or among your peers, right? The point is, it's an easy way to generate income as a student with $0 down. Now, this is one of my favorite, and it's everything I'm telling you about, by the way, I do it. And you'll see on YouTube where I share how I do it and how much money I make from it. For affiliate marketing, as an example, recommending services, not products, services, which means I use a service online, like a ChatGPT, and I tell people about it, and they click the link and pay for a subscription. On my website, I'll show you evidence that I'm making $8,000 per month doing that for multiple services. And this is US dollars. So I'm not talking about things that I haven't done or I'm not doing. And there are many people out there who have retired themselves doing this. Drop shipping is one of my favorites. Why? Because as students, you're usually pretty creative. Would you agree with me? All right. Print on demand, which is a version of drop shipping, is the one that you can start with $0. You can basically, is that my alarm? I think it is. If you could just check my purse and click on dismiss, my apologies. Now, print on demand is, let's say you decide to create a t-shirt. Something fun, something cultural, because our culture is so widespread and accepted. So you're going to use a graphics platform, AI. You're going to type words to describe the graphics that you want to create. You can say, give me, well, first you go to ChatGPT and you say, give me fun, trending slogans or quotes that I can put on shirts, bags, books, things that students use. You're going to get some really fun stuff. And if you ask for Jamaican stuff, you're going to get Jamaican stuff. When you get it, you go into a platform like Kittle, which uses AI to create designs, or you can create the designs yourself from scratch. You paste the description of the design in there, you're going to get a design. You then go to a platform like Printify, and these are all on my channel. You go to a platform like Printify, you upload the design, and then when your customer buys, Printify goes and finds the shirt for you. They print your design on the shirt, and they ship it to your customer while you're in an exam. You with me? You create the designs once. You can attach them to shirts, to bags, to whatever products you want. And again, you're making money while you're studying or while you're sleeping. So that's another one that you can start with $0. And there are many persons out there, even a student, making $5,000. And the potential is limitless. Drop shipping now is a similar concept. You don't own the products. You basically go on a platform or you talk to somebody that has a lot of products available and you say to them, I want to promote your products. You copy the photos of the products, you put them on your website, and whenever somebody buys it, the supplier of the product does the shipping and everything for you, and you're making money again with very little effort. You with me? Next is if you're creative, like handmade goods. Now, I'm neither creative nor am I patient. So this doesn't work for me. But if you can, you know how they make these fancy beads, and some persons make these nice Jamaican soaps with turmeric and so on, which I actually use one of them. If that's your thing, you can use different platforms, like I mentioned, whether Amazon, you can do your own website, and you can list them on those platforms and either have an Amazon ship them out for you, or you can list them on an eBay and then you ship them out. But that's another option. And digital products is one of the biggest money makers on there. Whether you're creating things like an ebook, anybody know that you can create an ebook in less than an hour? How many persons in here are using ChatGPT? Wow. You need to download the ChatGPT app today. As students, it's going to change your life. If you put in ChatGPT a command or a prompt that says, give me the outline for an ebook about what it means to be successful as a student and make $10,000 per month, you're going to get a powerful outline. And if you then say, from this outline, give me the chapters, you're going to get a good chapter. And you're going to get all the chapters you need. You pull it together on either a Google Doc or a Word document, you download it on PDF, you go on Amazon, you upload it, you create a nice cover using Canva, you can do it for free, or you can generate an image on AI and you start promoting your ebook. You're selling your ebook for $10 per copy. After Amazon takes out their $3 or $4, you're making $6 again while you're in class or doing an exam. How many persons in here use DeepSeek? All right, so DeepSeek is the Chinese version of ChatGPT, but it's a lot more research-oriented and detailed. So I probably shouldn't be telling you all of this, considering that you're students and you're probably going to now use it to do all your homework and all that stuff. But don't worry, your lecturers are way ahead of you because they know about these technologies. So you're still going to have to do the work. But these tools makes life easier. Whatever you ask them, they deliver, and they deliver beyond your wildest imagination. Now let's talk about a few more hustles and then we'll wrap up. Is there anyone in here who has started a YouTube channel? Okay. Everybody in here should have a YouTube channel. And I know some of you are shy, but guess what's taking over the internet now? Faceless YouTube channels. And this is you using third-party apps, the same command. You say to it, create a video for me of 5 ways that a student could earn. Or where's the young lady who said she's big into health and fitness? That was you, right? Wellness. You can say, create a video about the 10 foods that will send you to an early grave. Who would click on that? Everybody would want to know about that, right? And it's going to create a professional video with a voiceover that's clear, with beautiful stock footage, which is media or footage that you can download and post immediately. And here's the best part. It's going to do it in about 15 minutes. Then you upload it to YouTube. You must be consistent over time. And then you can monetize, which is when YouTube places ads on your videos automatically. The minute you achieve the monetization threshold, which is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours within a year, YouTube starts paying you. Now, my channel, the one that you're looking at, which is Rockstar Academy, that channel ranges anywhere from 30 to 100,000 views per day. That channel, I show my face, sometimes pays, I think the least it's paying now, probably 30,000 to 100,000 US dollars per month. Now, when I started, now my niche is personal finance, so it pays more. When I started posting seriously on YouTube, which was only 2 years ago, everybody told me, you're not going to get no views. You sit down and talk, I want to hear you. But you see, when you have a message to share, regardless of how you choose to approach it, as long as you're adding value, you're going to get views, whether you're showing your face or not. And within 2 years, I got to 1 million subscribers, and I'm in the process of helping with the channel, sharing free content, because I don't sell courses or those things. Sharing free content, trying to get everybody to give it a shot. Money out there. Money is out there. But remember, we're not going to compromise our academia for our side hustles, because I still went to school and got to the master's level. It makes you better at what you're doing. Does that make sense? It makes you start 10 steps ahead of the person who is not educated for obvious reasons, right? So I don't want you to compromise one for the other. Social media is an obvious one. You post short form content on the TikToks, the Instagram. On those platforms, it's better if you show your face, but there are people out there making good money without showing their face. And then blogging. Now, this is another one that I do. And I post the blogs on my website, and occasionally I post them elsewhere. ChatGPT, write me a blog about the top 10 foods, going back to health and wellness, that will keep you alive and prevent cancer. Most people are going to want to read that, right? You create it, ChatGPT writes it for you. You either post it on one of those cheap websites that I mentioned earlier, or you post it on a platform like Medium that pays you for writing. You build up your audience over time, and you're making good money. Now, on my website recently, I saw where for 1,200 visitors, 1,200 visitors, they paid $90 US. You heard what I'm saying? So you don't have to, despite popular belief, you need millions of visitors to make good money. That's not true. And people say that to deter you. Give it a shot and be consistent. And the last one is podcasting. And I remember I was home one morning and Analia called me and said, there's a new tool out, Auntie. You have to check it out. It's Google Notebook, but they have a podcasting feature where you can literally type what you want your podcast to be about, 2 sentences, and it generates a whole 2 people conversation or podcast, which is professionally done, that you can post on a platform like Spotify, like YouTube, and monetize it. So, in wrapping up, there are others out there, the services where you can be a virtual assistant, a video editor, a graphics designer, but those take more time, right? And there's a consulting where you can do social media management or flip website. They take more time. You can also teach, tutor, You are very qualified, that's why you're here, and you can teach online on platforms like TutorMe, Keg, or Camly, or VIP Kids, and you'll make probably $8 to $10 per hour for teaching online. So all that said, the first person to tell me, and that's just my channel and some of the videos that I share, but the first person to tell me what business idea they found to be most relatable based on what I just shared, and why it's relatable, and in your head, what's your concept? How would you launch it? They get the last $50 that I have to offer.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kristen Bowen. Weirdly enough, I would say the tutoring aspect of it, because as you can see, I do go to Market University College, and we do study education, and from your past first year, from your matriculated, our courses are majority or majorly based in being able to teach and how to teach. So now I'm in my third year, and I've gone through many introductory courses on how to teach, and I'm also specializing in a subject area. I personally specialize in special education, and a lot of parents have students who have various disabilities in typical classrooms where they're falling behind, they don't really understand, and the teachers aren't doing that much for them because the class is 50, 49 students, and you're just one student. So our tutoring service, especially online, as someone who is trained to be able to manage certain behaviors, even through the online space, would be able to, one, give parents that ease to know that your students is still learning and can complete PEP exams, complete their different exams they have to do on time with their friends, and matriculate to the next grade without have to worry too much about the money it sometimes takes to send to a specialized institution for this special disability, things of that sort. So I think that one catered to my specialization more and my knowledge and education.
Well said. Let's give her a hand. And she just earned herself $50. So the question that you have to ask yourself is, what are you going to do next? Are you just going to listen to what I've just said and forget about it tomorrow and move on with your life? Or are you going to take action? I believe that you should focus on making your tomorrow self proud. And that tomorrow self will be proud if you don't procrastinate. Thank you for listening, and it's such a pleasure and an honor to be here, and I wish you all the best in your studies.
I am beyond elated to get to be in the presence of such a wonderful woman, a successful woman, and she did not let the society or societal norms stop her from achieving all her goals. And I am sure that everyone in this room is happy and is grateful for you to stop by. Take a minute out of your very busy schedule, right? So come and share your knowledge that we so need. So thank you very much, and I'd like to give you this basket as a token of our appreciation for your great experience and your information. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.